One of my heroes of the faith is a man by the name of Jonathan Goforth, who was a missionary evangelist to China some 100 and 150 years ago. A story is told that one day he was touring a certain city in northern China, and he got deeply burdened for a particular section of a large city. As he knelt to ask God about this section of the city, the Lord moved upon his heart and gave him a promise that he would one day work in this city and capture that city for Jesus Christ. The promise was found in Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8 through verse 13. But for 6 years, his faith was severely tested. First, when he decided to go into that part of the city, he asked his mission board, and his mission board would not give him permission to start a work in that city. Secondly, the people of the city were determined to keep out all missionaries. In fact, whenever missionaries entered that particular section of the city, they were mobbed and threatened, and the people showed open hostility to the gospel message. But during those 6 years, Mr. Goforth never lost sight of God's promise. You see, he never failed to believe that God wanted to do a great work, and God had given him a promise that he would one day work in that city, so he held upon it, he stood upon it, and he would not let that promise go. At the end of those 6 years, God eventually opened the door. At the same time, he opened the hearts of the people in that particular city. And in a short period of time, that city became the strongest Christian settlement in all of China. You see, by faith, Jonathan Goforth realized the promise of God. And friends, God is constantly speaking to us from his word. And he's given us literally thousands of promises in the word that we are to claim by faith. And if God has spoken to your heart about a situation or a circumstance, if God has given to you a promise from his word, but that promise has not come to fruition, then stand upon it. Depend upon it. Take God at his word. Remember this, God is working, and his promise will be true. You see, by faith, friends, we realize the promises of God. Stand upon his word. Take God at his word and watch God work. May the Spirit of God take the word of God and bless you with it today.